Hey everybody, welcome to Dynamic Disc coverage of the Dynamic Discs Open here in Emporia, Kansas. Excited to bring you some disc golf action. On the mic today, we've got myself, Robert McCall, along with Eric McCabe.
What's up?
We are Sweep the Leg commentary.
Sweep it. Sweep the leg.
And we got some fantastic disc golfers on the card today. Kyle Webster out of Joplin, Missouri. No stranger to the Midwest disc golf scene.
Yes.
Mark Anderson, also out of Missouri. 970 rating. He was in second coming into this round. Smitty, Chris
Old
Smith's
school.
been around for a
he's,
while.
He's been around longer than I think I have, almost.
Yeah, that's he's balling.
Yes.
Brian Shintaku, 960 rated here in Emporia, Kansas.
Emporia local.
And then Billy Engel, the notorious acer.
Yes, he
on
is.
hole 11. We'll get to that in a little bit.
So hole number 1, 350 feet, par 3. OB all down the left side. There's a road on the right that doesn't typically come into play. This is the straight pin, but I believe they're playing the pin on the right position on this hole. And really the only mistake you can do on this hole is get behind this barn.
Yeah, if you get stuck back there, you're in trouble.
This is going to be your typical shot if you have a forehand. This is what you're going to want to do on this hole. And that's a great shot. I mean, it's going to be a little short. It's a little bit of a tester putt, but that is a great position for the first hole.
Yeah, I believe that was Lucid X Enforcer for Webster. Mark going with the roller here.
I like the roller idea.
Yes. It's got to be laid down a little bit farther left to get that late right curl.
Yes.
But, I mean, safe.
Safe.
He's in a fine spot.
Yep.
Smitty going
Smitty.
forehand, sneaking through the trees.
Just a little short. That's kind of the spot I was talking about where you don't really want to be.
Yeah. He's far enough over that it shouldn't be a problem, but doesn't quite get the full flight
And
out
I
of
think
it.
this shot by Taco is a pretty popular play. Just kind of play it out to the middle, give yourself a look, easy 3, and move on.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
This hole's almost a bonus birdie.
Right. Especially if you're throwing backhand at it. To
Yep.
get a backhand all the way over there like Billy was attempting, super tricky. So there's a nice forehand approach.
There you see the hill right behind it. Anything that hits the side of that hill is going to typically roll. Now, you probably won't roll OB,
Right.
but you're going to roll out of position.
Yeah, that putt coming back doesn't feel very easy. And good touch on that approach. Like that. I believe that's a zone there. This will be a warden for Shintaku.
Just kind of laying it up there.
Yeah, and there's no reason to do anything but that from his position. Same for Smitty.
Yep.
No reason to get aggressive. So easy to 3-putt if you do. Kyle. Great start to the round.
But with nothing but OB behind it.
So this is going to be Billy to save his par. Yeah.
Solid.
That's a good confident putt to start off the round. One that you don't want to have to make, but when you do, you're like, all right,
Let's go.
I feel good.
Yeah.
So Shintaku is going to be in for par, as are our other two competitors. And that's kind of what you see on hole 1 a lot.
It is. And hole number 2, if there's a must-get birdie hole, this is it. 300 feet, really nothing in the way. There is one little tree that you kind of want to hyzer around. But if you're moving from left to right, it is wide open, nothing in the way whatsoever. So this is one of those holes that if you go on to the next hole not getting a birdie, you're pretty upset.
Yeah. Especially in the open field, you don't capitalize on this one. It almost feels like a bogey.
Yep.
I'm not 100% here, but I believe this is an Ati from
I'd believe that.
Webster. Yep. And I also believe that's pretty parked.
Pretty much. That's kind of what you want to do here. And I am kind of surprised he didn't go forehand on this hole, but this kind of just shows you how easy of this big kind of spike stall hyzer is.
Yeah, there's another good look at that hyzer. Even probably a little wide of where he wanted to send it, but it's still in a fine spot to attack for birdie. This is a good-looking shape for Smitty. Yeah, parked.
Yeah. 3 for 3. Let's go, Taco.
Come on, man. Let's get the old park job here. This is pretty low for Shintaku, but it looks like it's going to have that skip angle.
It's going to be a little long.
Whoa, crusher.
That's probably result from how low and aggressive the line was.
That's right.
Really, you want to go up a little higher, kind of like this shot here, kind of up over the top of that cedar almost.
A little long for Engel, but inside the circle. Maybe right on the circle's edge. Could be just a bit outside. And that's just low for Billy, unfortunately. Brian looks to be right around the same distance.
Yep. And that's a tough putt. When you have the tree in your head and it's early in the round, everybody else is parked. Got to make the putt.
Yeah, absolutely. Anderson with the pure is in for his birdie. Webster's as well. Smitty's
going to be in as well, I'll bet.
Yeah, even closer than that. He's
right.
in a good spot. And a par pickup here for Brian.
And Billy. Hole number 3 is uphill majority of the way. 520 feet, par 4. It's not a super difficult hole to get your birdie on. It's all about the tee shot and placement and giving yourself a line into this green and making sure you're avoiding all 3 of these trees coming in. Really, the shot for me here is just a huge turnover shot that kind of flexes out at the end.
Yep. Yeah, you could be way down there and have an obscured angle. So it's really just about finding that good spot on the fairway. Kyle smashed this.
He did absolutely murder that shot.
Yeah, that's in a great spot. He'll be able to either throw a backhand hyzer at it or just kind of a forehand maybe around the backside of the trees.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure that they're not playing the straight pin yet.
Oh, okay.
They very well could be playing the straight pin because this drone footage is absolutely from GBO, I believe.
Okay, you're
and
right.
Yeah, they are playing the straight pin. So
that's right. So Kyle's in a great spot.
It kind of changes things on this hole. For me, what I do is just kind of like this shot right here, just kind of mash something and hope you get past the building.
Right.
And the only mistake you can really make on this hole is hitting the backside of that building.
Yeah,
then you're just kind of
close
squared up behind it and don't have a shot.
Yeah, there's nothing to do at that point. So 3 pretty good tee shots so far. Another good one here from Shintaku.
Yeah, that's great.
It's going to settle down nicely. Yeah, and once you're there, either a backhand or forehand into the green, you just have a couple of trees to contend with.
Yes.
If you come up a little bit short, you've got a bit of a low ceiling that you have to work with.
Low ceiling uphill
Yep.
is never an easy shot to attain. So
yeah, it's tricky. Okay, so Anderson actually did end up just behind this this building here, so he's forced to throw a patent pending turnover, and it looks like he executed it
yeah,
very well. That's probably going to be right around the edge of the circle. Billy is going to opt for the forehand approach.
Billy must have thought it was in the right pin as well because that's great location for the right pin.
Yeah, definitely. So Shintaku looking at backhand approach here. Really just the light pole to beat.
Oh no, Taco.
Ooh, you hate to see that one. And you could see it on his face, like
It was in his head the entire time.
yeah, man, that's a missed opportunity for sure. Good approach there for Smitty. I have no doubt that's a suspect. This looks to be a either a shield. Yeah, I was going to say a shield or a heart, but probably a shield for Webster. Taco giving it a run.
That's a great bid from after kind of the mistake of hitting the pole in front of him.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I thought that was gold.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
Good look for Engel there. Oh, and
Just a little left side.
just left for Mark Anderson. Great scramble shot. Unfortunate to not get rewarded with the birdie there.
This is one of those holes that you get a par on, but you feel like you bogeyed it.
Yeah, it really is a tweener
It is.
on the MPO side for sure.
Yeah, I think the year we played this course at GBO, this hole was a par 3
Yeah.
for MPO.
Like a super duper difficult birdie.
Yep. That people got. I mean, there were people
just
that,
a few.
I remember Coda Hatfield getting up there and getting himself a putt.
Yeah. It's doable. It's just a Herculean effort.
Exactly. Hole 4 is quite the opposite. 562 par 4 water carry. Most players are going to see this nice hyzer line that the camera is flying by right now, kind of getting a skip shot into this area. I personally like to throw the big turnover shot on this just to get out in the open field. The further left I am, the easier the approach is into the screen.
Yeah, a little bit of danger with the road on the left, skipping up the hill, but most of the time because of the slope, you don't have too many to skip up there out of bounds, only if you kind of fly it too far.
Yeah.
That looked to be Air Ballista Pro for
Ooh, interesting.
for Webster. He sent it up there pretty nicely. Smitty taking more of the hyzer instead of trying to work it over.
Just got to make sure to get far enough. But even these shots, I mean, they're going to have a look into the green.
They've got something to work with, no doubt about it. All these guys taking the high hyzer. Yep. We see a lot of people take kind of that intermediate or low hyzer just to get through this gap. Because every once in a while you catch one of those branches and roll back to the water, and it goes to a drop zone, and it's not an easy shot.
It's not fun to be at that drop zone.
Shintaku playing, more of that stable hyzer.
Yeah. That's good placement. That'll play. But like I said, this is the hole that you want to get as far left as you can off the tee.
Yeah, the majority of the trees are definitely on the right side of the fairway.
There's Billy kind of taking that turnover shot.
Probably a good tree as that was headed pretty far right.
Yep. And probably OB.
Yes.
Headed OB.
But now he's got kind of a low ceiling approach. He beats the first part of the ceiling, and that's going to net him about a 40-footer.
That's not an easy putt, but he got himself a look after kind of the miscue off the tee.
Yeah. It plays uphill as well, so it's tricky. Mark, none too pleased with his effort there. Shintaku also burning up all the worms.
A little low.
These guys are concerned with the overpopulation of worms in the area.
True.
Trying to burn them all up.
Trying to get them out of here.
Nice looking shot there for Smitty to get himself inside the circle, and this is a fantastic drive for Webster.
Left it a little shorter than I bet he wanted, but not too bad.
Yeah, nobody parked here. Anderson with a nice touch approach. That'll be 10, 15 feet.
Taco with a jumper.
And that's just fine from there. No reason to do anything crazy.
You want to get a 3 on this hole, but you don't feel like you lost the tournament if you for it.
Yeah, not like the previous hole.
Yes.
Smitty typically putts with Wardens, and you can see why.
Yep.
Just the old jam sesh.
Old jammy jams. I've had many a battles with Smitty.
Oh, and Kyle just low for his birdie. Anderson is up and in.
Oh, what?
Ooh, you hate to see that one.
Do you want me to throw this in the trunk for you?
Oh, I keep my Ranger bag up front. I use the extra storage up top for my tacos.
100% a true story there from Danny. If you catch him out on the course.
I like tacos.
Yeah, where are our tacos?
Yeah. Moving on to hole 5, 477-foot par 4. This is it's not a difficult par 4, but it's eagleable. And I would say majority of the time I play this hole, I will say all the time that I play this hole, I go for the green on this shot. And if I do go OB, I can still save my par, which is why I feel confident enough to kind of. And I don't throw this line that Smitty's throwing, the kind of a long hyzer shot. It makes the upshot a little bit more challenging. I like to split the 2-seaters right down the middle.
Yep. Yeah, so Smitty kind of taking, a little bit longer hyzer. This is more the layup hyzer that you see from Webster. Anderson playing the same sort of hyzer as Webster. That OB line on the right isn't that much in play.
It's in your head.
Yeah.
It's in your head, but not really in play.
Rarely do you cross it. It looks like Billy is attacking the green here, and that's got a nice move.
That's my boy, Billy.
Wow, that's a great shot. Unfortunately, ends up underneath the tree there, so
I'll take it.
But you're safe.
I'll take it.
Easy 3. Maybe you can scramble some sort of look at a 2.
Kind of disappointed only one guy in this card went for this green.
Yeah. That's a nice forehand for Shintaku.
That's a great place to be, though. If I do ever lay up this hole, that's typically where I want to be,
middle
so I can
position.
see the basket. Because these guys, they can see maybe the top of it, but they can't see that OB. They cannot see where the OB ends from where they are.
That's
All they
right.
can probably see here is the flag.
So a little bit wide on the approach for Webster there. Anderson corrects off of that to about 18 feet. Standstill approach for Shintaku.
Oh, my
nearly rings it up
goodness.
for the non-traditional 2. Kind of looks back like, come on, man.
Taco. Oh, man. That would have been dirty.
Yeah, let's take another look at this guy. Good looking flight line from Shintaku. Awesome eagle bid.
A few inches.
The basket in Dikembe Mutombo fashion says,
Yes.
No.
No.
Smitty with a beautiful approach. He's sitting pretty for birdie. So this is Engel for eagle.
Engel
I wonder if they
for eagle.
I wonder if they named him that because of his eagle opportunities.
Maybe he does. He does have one very famous eagle.
Yes,
I guess it's an ace,
but also an eagle.
also an eagle. But probably not because that's his last name.
Yeah, also probably not. That's a good point.
Great putt there from Kyle.
Good birdie. Another birdie for Mark Anderson. He's momentarily tied with Chris Smith for second in the tournament, but
Not anymore.
Smitty's going to take that right back.
Yep.
4 back of tournament leader Kyle Webster right now.
And it feels like Billy lost a stroke on this hole
Yeah.
to the rest of the field, but a star birdie. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a birdie frame.
Nice, easy birdies.
Hole number 6, 325, par 3 uphill. When it's in the par 3 position, I think it plays maybe even a little more difficult to par than the long position, par 4, that's kind of tucked over to the right.
Yeah, I agree.
For this one, if you got a massive forehand, it's a big forehand uphill, but majority of the people you're going to see play this right side with probably a nice fairway driver to get a little bit of a skip. Or
Yeah.
you're going to see Smitty's throwing the forehands.
Just smashing that forehand. A late branch, but that had potential. That was a great shot. If you do take this right-hand backhand side, you've got a low ceiling and ground that's sloping up. So just a really technical line to throw.
Yeah, and what I don't like about a high-speed driver on this hole is the skip factor. I've many times if I hit the
Yes.
gap purely and just skip out of bounds.
It's a little low for Webster there. You see Mark Anderson taking that hyzer that we were talking about. Favorable kick. Not really in birdie position, but in easy par position. Being behind that cedar in the middle of the fairway is trouble. Nice shape for Billy.
that's what I'm talking
about. Oh, my
about.
goodness.
What is he playing the wrong hole for?
I don't
Twice.
know, but
and look at that. Is that OB?
I guess we'll find out from the guys in a moment.
that looks
he would have an eagle putt
close.
to the long position. That was crushed. And he threw a colossus there. So
He must not have known the basket was in short.
yeah, probably not. So Shintaku forced to kind of
Feeling the approaches.
Yeah, might as well just put it on the pole.
Yeah.
Anderson with the pure.
That's really all you can do from there. And
Yep.
it looks like Billy was in fact out of bounds, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the drop zone.
zone. That's an unfortunate break for him. That drive was crushed. Ooh, look at Webster giving it a look.
He wanted it.
That was probably from 70 or so. This is Smitty from around 60.
Little high on the high side.
Yeah, and that little bit of rollaway, it's not really that much distance, but mentally it's like,
It
man,
is.
come on, just sit down.
Yeah. I was kind of giving it a run, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please don't punish me for it.
Yes.
Yeah, so unfortunate bogey there for Engel. Everyone else is in a good position for their par 3, and that's kind of what you see on this hole. You'll see 1 or 2 birdies occasionally, but I think it's one of the more difficult
Absolutely.
birdies on the course.
Yep. So moving on to hole number 7 is a 555-foot par 4. This kind of ends the streak of the par 4s, with the exception of the last hole in short. But this is probably the most challenging out of the holes we've seen so far. Massive hyzer, kind of flat hyzer shot up into this area right here. And your approach is into an island green, and you must come to rest on the island to proceed to the island. So with that mental side of things is really important, trying to get your tee shot in the good placement.
That's right. Good looking hyzer for Smitty. Got
But there-
plenty of distance to carry.
Yep. There's 2 mistakes you can make on this hole, and that is too far left and too far right off this tee shot, unless you've got a really good forehand.
Yeah.
Like Kyle.
Kyle, you don't see people take forehands on this too often.
Never. Like by not very often, do you mean never?
Yeah, that is what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, almost everybody just plays up the right side here.
Throws right at that flagpole, just to the left of it. The 2 mistakes this is kind of one of them.
Yeah, that's
Getting
tight.
pinched behind some of the pines at the top of the hill.
Wow, and 2 times
2.
forehand here. Shintaku playing it much wider, and there is not much land to find up there.
He doesn't know. If that's in bounds, though, that's a great spot to be.
Then you're in perfect position. But the distance from the trees to the OB tall grass is not much.
Yep. This looks a little tight as well. He's going to have some work left over here on the left side of the fairway.
Yeah, so Shintaku was out of bounds. This is from the drop zone. That looks to be Lucid X Felon, I believe.
Yeah.
And that looks to be a great shot.
Yeah, that's money. That is not easy from there, from that drop zone. Just making sure you got to get in bounds.
Yeah. Now, Mark Anderson with a difficult decision to make here, because if he runs this and finds out of bounds, he's still throwing from short of the green.
Yes.
Even if it crossed, say that trickles out, he's still throwing from the other side of the island, looking at 5 at best. Engel with a similar decision, low shot. Needing to skip across.
Needs to go safe.
Oof, just trickles on. Shintaku kind of gave him the wings there instead of the traditional safe call.
Yeah, he looked like an albatross almost.
It was kind of like Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Just throw it back to some old iPhone games.
I like it.
Nice approach there for Smitty.
We got Kyle.
Leaning out forehand.
Notice the trend of forehands into this green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ground does slope down from right to left, so it receives a forehand very well and can skip out a backhand. Oh, nice bid. And that's a tricky putt. That can find out of bounds quicker than you would think.
This is such a great green with the 3 trees that they kind of trimmed up. And I know that they did kind of take the bunker factor away of the big cedar next to the basket. Great birdie there from Kyle. By trimming it up and kind of raising it off the ground, it used to be you threw in there, you're pitching out.
Yeah.
Now you may have a little bit of an angle.
Yeah, so unfortunate miss there for Shintaku. He's going to be looking at bogey. Anderson is in for par. This is Shintaku for bogey. And
easy to bogey if you just miss your cue off the tee and go OB.
Absolutely. This is one of those holes that can bite you, and it doesn't feel like anything really bad happened.
Yep.
But scores that up quickly here. And a good old-fashioned park job.
Especially if the wind is up.
Oh, absolutely. There's pretty calm conditions today.
Hole number 8 is 370 feet. Downhill, par 3, OB, everything you can see here. You got to clear this. I mean, you can play down to the right side if you want, but everyone in this group is going to absolutely be going for this green. This is probably one of my favorite par 3s on the course. It's always one of those holes when we're playing a casual round that you reach for 2 or 3 more discs in the bag.
Yeah, and you could almost throw maybe not any disc in your bag, but a lot of different speeds.
You could just about get any disc in.
Yeah, you're throwing EMAC Truth at it a lot. You're throwing mid-range. This looks to be Explorer from Smitty.
A little hot.
Yeah.
But putting.
Inbounds in a good spot. And I believe that's Fusion Felon for Webster. We got some nice smooth jams in the background. You'd be greeted on the green with some smooth jams. Anderson with a nice flip to flat shot. Tracking left.
That's a pretty popular spot to be right there.
Yeah, right around that 35 to 40 feet range. I would not be surprised for this to be T-Bird for Engel.
Yep.
Oh, he's crushed it.
Oh, man.
Wow, a big bomber.
That's not bad either. That's a decent place. If you're a little short of that left, you've got no putt.
Yep.
That big tree right next to the basket is just a nightmare at times.
That's right. Going a little bit long is super tough. Yep. And this looked to be wide from Shintaku out of the gate, but that's the best of the bunch so far.
Yeah, an overstable driver like that up that right side is the shot here.
Yeah, so some long putts incoming from our competitors. Webster with the iron leaf. It's going to settle right there, but he's none too pleased with that effort. Anderson,
that's
straight
beautiful.
liner.
That's a great putt.
I know you like that sort of look on a putt. Oh, and Billy just off the top of the basket.
That's the look I see a lot more now, though.
Yeah. Well,
Smitty picking up another one.
High chains, but in there. Same for Shintaku.
Birdie.
Good for birdie. So a couple pars and 3 birdies, and I'd say that's about standard for
That's
this
pretty
hole.
average, yeah.
Very few bogeys. Very few of the guys have trouble getting over the tall grass here. It's more a mental mistake. If you
It
do that.
absolutely is. It absolutely is. Hole number 9, 726 feet, par 4. Very, very challenging. Majority of the players, in my opinion, should just be throwing like a fairway or a mid-range kind of down the middle of this fairway and just try to land in this area right here and then have a nice big spike hyzer approach with OB absolutely everywhere. The road, you got the creek, you got the pond, you've got a line past it. This is you walk away with a 3 on this hole, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Unless you're
I did
Simon
it.
Lizotte.
And then you get a 2.
Yeah.
And that's also good. Explorer for Smitty, and that is smoked.
Just beautiful.
Yeah. From there, he can take that big hyzer, but he also might go just straight over the road. You can kind of play the road skip to get up to the basket.
This is a little low. Not horrible. You can still save a par relatively easy from that spot.
But that's no birdie.
No birdie.
You're behind the second seater on the left, and you'd have to do something miraculous to go
Some
for birdie from there.
Magic. This needs to get a little love.
Yeah.
And it did. That's not great, but that's a lot better than it could be.
It's a more open view than where Mark Anderson's finished
Yes.
up. Flip up for Webster. Early tree on the right, and that's kicked down to the left. He could get really aggressive if he wants, but I would say it's
Holding the
ill-advised.
lead, I'm playing for par.
Yep. Nice hyzer flip from
This needs to hook
from
up, though.
Engel.
Oh,
what
wow.
trees? That tree can be a death trap for you, but Billy just went straight through. Kyle is getting aggressive. Oh, and that's early.
That's the problem with being aggressive. You're
Yes.
basically rethrowing.
Yeah, he's going to be throwing his 4th from still probably 300 feet away or
Mm-hmm.
so. And the same OB is still there.
It is.
Maybe not quite
you
300
got
feet.
a good mark there.
Yeah, but now he's throwing forehand into that green.
And that's OB
rolling
right there.
Rolling toward OB.
I didn't paint these lines, just so you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to get mad, don't
Yeah.
get mad at you.
Yes.
Shintaku taking the aggressive Anheuser, and
Oh
look
my
at that
goodness.
shot.
That is beautiful. That's very close to going out long,
Yes.
but what a great mistake to make if you're going to go OB. That's how you do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he's looking at a 3.
Yeah.
What a great shot. Billy taking that huge spike hyzer you were talking about. That's left.
That's OB.
caught the road. He's going to be up there putting, but just not the results he's looking for after a great drive like that, or a good result at least. Smitty. Oh my goodness. Doing the same. That's a huge mistake from Smitty after a huge drive.
And especially after seeing Kyle throw OB early.
Yeah, he's only 3 back of Kyle at this point. Really needing to make up some strokes. I believe that's suspect once again for Smitty. So he's there for his 5. But man, that feels tough after a great drive like that. And Kyle is in for his 5. Big save.
That was a big, big putt for Kyle.
It's funny how different those 5s will feel to our competitors. Oh, he's trying to Shintaku trying to run it down, kind of stay under the radar.
Man.
But Kyle Webster's drive a little bit early left. He goes aggressive and then has to save that. That feels like a pretty good 5.
Yes, it does.
But
Smitty's 5 feels awful.
Yeah, because he was in such good position.
What a smooth putt.
Yeah,
I've never seen Mark play, but man, smooth. I love it.
This is Billy to save his par. Downhill putt.
These guys can putt.
Yeah, they haven't really faltered much on the green so far.
Amazing.
So that's going to do it for the front 9 coverage of the Dynamic Discs Open. We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. If you're interested in seeing the back 9 or any of the other videos that we put out here on the Dynamic Discs channel, we hope that you would consider hitting that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications so that when the back 9 goes up, you will know about it.
You'll know. You'll know when it happens.
And we'll see you there.